I want to tell you about the walk that I took a couple Sundays ago. The walk had a name, and it was called The Long, Slow Walk. A walk from an individual place to a common space, put on by this organization called It Glows. And I thought, I'm going to do this walk. I love slow. Many people don't. I have a video of me leaving the apartment to begin the long, slow walk. It is of me going down the steps, and then that's it. I go out of sight and the phone doesn't follow me. But ultimately, the walk took me about 5 hours. And I want to tell you all about it. You said 10 minutes, right? So, I woke up that Sunday. Did a bunch of stuff, did a bunch of other stuff, left the house for the walk, started walking. It was cold, I was by myself. I didn't answer my phone, I didn't look at my phone, it was in my bag. I was walking, I brought water with me, I brought gloves and a hat, and maybe a little bit of chocolate. And I was just walking and walking and walking and walking and walking and walking. And it's funny because I'd had some kidney issues recently, I think. I don't officially know because I don't have any money to go to the doctor. But doing some research on myself, I think I had something going on with my kidneys. It may have been mushroom poisoning of some kind, like mushroom toxicity. But I got over it doing some yoga and some breathing and a bunch of stuff. And I'm going over the Brooklyn Bridge on a Sunday, a beautiful Sunday. Anybody walk over the Brooklyn Bridge on a beautiful Sunday afternoon when the sun is shining? It's very crowded. And it's funny because I walked into a walk. Alright, I walked into a walk organized to raise funds and awareness for kidney functioning. And I got stuck in it. I couldn't get through it. And I just had to give up and become one of those. You just give up. You give up so much when you're stuck in a crowd. And I don't really like being stuck in a crowd, but I made it through, walked. And knowing the destination, there was a destination to the walk, and I'll tell you that. It was the Arthur Ross Pinetum in Central Park. Who's heard of the Arthur Ross Pinetum in Central Park? Very, very popular area in Central Park. It's actually just a decorative grove of pine trees that you can't quite tell when you're in it or when you're out of it. But knowing there was a destination every step of the way, since I woke up that morning, I felt like I had to get there. I mean, we could get that person a microphone. We got 2 stories going on. It's great.
Tell them to shut the fuck up.
No, it's all right. It's part of it, I guess. But you know, I couldn't. It's all right. It's okay if it starts again. I'm happy to have a duet happen. I couldn't help but feel the pull of the destination. I knew where I was going. I wasn't wandering. I wasn't drifting, and having like a spiritual quest and who knows where I will land. I knew where I would land. I knew where I was going. I knew it was about 8 miles away. But I knew I would eventually get there. I can walk, I can step, I'm moving, I will survive, I'll get there. Anytime I wasn't heading directly towards that spot in Central Park, if I took a turn away, I felt like I was braking or some magnetic pull that was come to Central Park. And I was like, no, but it's a long, slow walk. I want to make it long. And so I was trying to conjure these scribble drawings I did with my mom as a kid, where you would take a piece of paper and your pencil and a blank piece of paper, and you just scribble all over it. Start in one spot and scribble, 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 and then you come to an end. And then you have this whole huge journey, and then you can color in all those little spots and make a really beautiful drawing. And so I was like, no, I want to make the walk long. And so I would consciously I'm going to go to the right. And I would go to the right when the park was left. And I would go to the right, and I ended up on, I think it's like, it's not Curry Street, but the Indian District, like, the Curry area is like 6th Street in Lexington. The Lexington and the 28th in Lexington. What do you call that area? Curry Hill. Curry District, Curry Hill. I was there, and I saw the word kulfi. You ever had kulfi? And then I saw the word pan. You ever had pan? I had it in an ice cream once at an Indian restaurant. It's a carcinogenic substance that's incredibly addictive. And I was addicted from the first bite. It was a very small portion of ice cream, so I didn't get that much, but I knew I liked it. And I saw a sign in Curry Hill for pan. I'm like, ooh, pan. I've read about it since having it in the ice cream. Taxi cab drivers have it. You can chew it, and it makes your gums red, and you salivate, and you can spit a bunch, and it gives you some type of feeling. I've read. And I was going into these various spots, and the article said it might be outlawed, it might be illegal because of its nature, and so I was going in there a little, shy, like, hey, do you have pan? Two places that, maybe, and they would go disappear in the back for 5 minutes, and then they came back, we don't have pan. But they recommended, go around the corner, second floor of this place. I'm like, okay. And I go around the corner, second floor, and there's a giant heart on a wall, and it says, fresh pan. I don't know how you get fresh pan. It's like a plant. You harvest it, so it's like fresh tobacco, I guess. Fresh pan, and I go up, and it's basically Curry Hill's version of a head shop. There are videos, there's videos playing, there's music, it's basically blue light, and some guy was just leaving with a foil packet. I'm like, I want that, whatever that is. Do you have pan? And he's like, yeah. What would you have? Like, I'll have pan. And so he wraps it up in I think it goes in betel nut leaf with some sugary spices and fennel seeds, and it's incredibly colorful, wrapped up, kind of leaking red out the side, then wrapped in foil, and you get this little triangle. $2, please. I slipped in my pocket. I walked, and I kept going on my walk. And now I was like, I'll keep going towards the Arthur Ross Pinetum. And the leaf triangle was it was sizable. I'm like, what do people do? Just take a bite? Or do you just put the whole thing in your mouth and hold it like a thing of cha or something, like tobacco? I put the whole phone. It was juicy. It was sweet. was very sweet. It was mouth filling. It just whatever. So I had that, and I was just, I ended up swallowing almost the entire thing over time. It was a very enjoyable experience. You should have pon at some point in your life. It was very nice. And then it was like, I'm going to the park. And I saw Turkish cafe. Turkish. I went in, and it was a sit-down place. I'm like, oh my God, I'm sitting down. I was like getting table service on my walk towards the park. I like veered away. I mean, the magnetic pull, again, I'm telling you this. Come to the park. Could I have another Turkish tea, please? Yes, a second one. I'll wait. Oh. It's very good tea. It's very strong. I ordered a sandwich. It had to be grilled and pressed. It took time. The park is calling. The park is calling. Even though there's no set time of arrival, it was just knowing where I was going. I thought, why not just get there? Because that's the whole goal of the day, was to walk to this place. Because as soon as I arrived at the park, it was over. It's going to end. It's going to just be complete. And then what? Then on to the next thing, do something else, check it off the list, go home, go eat pizza, whatever. I didn't want to get there. If there had not been a time of arrival, like you need to have it happen on this day, I probably would still be walking. I would have had a third cup of tea. I would have bought one pon to go for later. I probably wouldn't even be in the city at this point. I probably would be, that was 8 days ago. I would either be closer to Maine or closer to Wyoming. But I would be in one of those two places, and I would not be here. So I left the Turkish cafe with a lot of buzzing caffeine in me now, and a lot of determination to just get this done, Keith. Get to the park already, will ya? Come on. Other people are doing it. Just get there. I actually forgot the rest. But thank you for having me, and thank you for having me out.